Good morning and welcome to Mr. Shaves. I'm entering into a controversial area of brushes. I thought it would be very interesting to compare a reasonably expensive, to me, badger hair brush, a boar hair brush and a cheap Temu synthetic brush. We're going to be using Prorasso everything, Prorasso Sapone de Barba, so barber soap. We're going to be using, well, one of the things we're going to be using is a Omega, what are they called? Prorasso brush. And post-shave Prorasso cologne, cypress and vetiver. So there you go. Also, we're going to be using some other bits and bobs. We're going to be using a cheap Temu shavette. And we're going to be using a Black Beauty with a new feather blade inside, because I wanted to just do everything Prorasso and I want to compare the brushes. So there's no difference. So we've got Prorasso brush, we've got Haryali badger hair brush, which costs around £30. £30, but some people, you can pay 200 quid for a brush of some sort. It's not just this, it's this bit as well, but I think it's a bit pricey. I want to compare this to just a cheap synthetic, but it looks rubbish. Look at that. You can even see the kind of like, it's just a cheap synthetic Temu brush that was like 79p. So we're going to compare them. So first of all, I'm going to wet the face. Nice hot flannel, put it on the face, hold it on there for a while. That will reduce any rashes and it's good for the skin. It's also really relaxing. You know, when you're on a long haul flight, you need a fresh towel, hot flannel. I mean, you don't, it's like, it's an area of luxury you don't really have in every other part of life, because it's just travel, hot flannels. I get rashy under the neck, on the neck, so it might be worth just making sure that is soaked. So first of all, we're going to just look at the lathering. I'm going to lather my face with a cheap Temu brush. So I've bloomed the Prorasso soap, which means you put in a bit of hot water in and let it soak in. And we're going to pick up the soap with this synthetic 79p brush. Got a bowl, just a cheap bowl from Sainsbury's. I mean, it feels pretty much the same. Synthetic ones, it's just soft. I think the boar hair one's the most pushy backy, but let's compare them. And it's not just about the lathering capability, because people get quite obsessed, but it's also how it feels. That feels alright. It's pushing, it's hard enough to push into the skin. Feels soft. The handle's not so grippy because it's kind of plastic. Everything else feels alright. Right, we're going to have a shave with that. Actually, no, we'll rinse that off. But that's pushed it in fine. Next up, the boar hairbrush. Over in the UK, it's been really nice week. Nice and hot, sunny. Well, in where I live. And it's been pretty nice. I love it. Just wake up, you look out the window, The sun's out, trees are green. It's all good. Okay, let's just rinse off the bowl. Okay, so temu brush done. I think that was alright. It lathered and it feels relatively soft. And we'll compare this one to the other two in a sec. Right, now the ball hair brush. This is the Prorasso one. This is the most, it pushes back, but stiffest one that they do. Out of the ones I've got a few. Let's lather that thing up. So I'm going around, pushing down and up at the same time. When you lather, it's easy to stop when you think, oh yeah, that's a lather, but then you look and there's too many bubbles, that means it's too weak and it won't stay moist on your face, it will dry up. So it's always worth doing it until it's a bit creamier. Now you can kind of do all that sort of stuff, which means it'll stay moist. So the boar hair brush, it's been soaking, but it's still stiffer. You can feel it, it's not rough, it's still smooth going on. That's the only difference I would say from this one to the synthetic. Obviously there's a better handle, but that's not adding to the shave. But it definitely, you can push into the skin more. So that's one difference. Well, we're going to use this opportunity to have a shave, and then the next one we'll use the badger hair one. Always feels nice with a nice new blade, and like I've said before in the last video, they're nothing like expensive compared to anything else. And if you're into the greenness of everything and world, you know, pollution, there's no plastics, it's just metal, and you use it loads. It's cheaper. It does a better shave. It's all good really. Okay. Just going to trim with the shavette. For bearded people, it's worth it. I think it gives it that kind of edge. If you've got a good shave, you can have a big old beard, but it looks tidy. You don't look like Grizzly Adams. My mum used to say that. You look like Grizzly Adams. Not to me, but you know, just a rough looking bearded men. Not that she saw that many. Don't go. Don't. Oh dear. Right, I'm going to rinse this off. I love Prorasso soaps, always nice feeling, consistently lathers. It feels nice. The skin afterwards doesn't feel dry. And I think that's a big one, because if you have that dry face, you can just forget about it, get on with your day, and then you just kind of like horrible kind of feeling. Right, let's just rinse off the bowl. Okay, so that was a boar hair brush. Now, I'm going to use the soaked Haryali badger hair brush, which was 30 quid. So I'm going to pick that up. This is kind of a metal handle, so it feels heavier. It's kind of grippy edges. It's not the most grippy thing, but it's got some ridges that you can hold. Just going to pick up some of that soap. Okay. I would say this one, and it may be just symptomatic of haryali badger hair brushes. This one is the least stiff brush. Kind of caves in. There you go. I'm going to put that on. So this one feels like a sponge. There's kind of like, it just kind of disperses over the skin. It doesn't kind of push in like the ball brush. Well, because it's badger hair, I think it maintains some of the water when you soak it, so it's a softer, and it does lather. Some people I've seen use a finger to kind of push, but you don't need to do that with the badger. I mean the boar. Okay, let's do the shave. Oh, so good. Brand new feather blade. Lots of lathering. Baby's butt. Okay, that's that. Let's rinse that off and round up. God, that's the most lathering water I've ever had. God. Okay. Last of all, let's draw my face. Last of all, this is prorasso, cypress and vetiver, sorry. So I don't particularly like this, but I'm going to do it to be consistent. It's got like a kind of twangy, well, cypress and vetiver. Unmistakable freshness of bergamot with hints of cypress, and a sophisticated harmonious core of cedarwood and vetiver leaves. So it's a bit of a twanginess, I would say, about that. But some people love it. I'm not. I mean, it's okay. It smells like. It's just the twang. It's just a little bit too much. It's not like a sort of lemony twang. I don't know what you'd say it is. Just those kind of ingredients, but a little bit like a bit of an onion kind of ness about it. That's just my humble opinion. So there you go. So we had the cheap Temu brush. It was 79p. Let's rinse this off. Is there a massive difference? I would say no, not massively. This is softer, lathers better, I would say, but not massively. This was 79p, £30. The prorasso boar hair and the haryali badger hair, I think I prefer this one because it's got more push into the skin, so you can really get it in. This one's good because it lathers and it's very soft. But all in all, is it worth paying horrendous amounts for a brush? Because basically, you can be ripped off. There's a lot of people who want to kind of say it's made of this, but really, when you use it, does it really make a difference? I'll leave that for you to work out yourselves. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.